Caroline Farrow, who has said she believes a person's gender is biological, a view shared by great swathes of the country, was cooking roast chicken for husband Robin and their 5 kids when she opened the front door to coppers who burst in without a warrant, seized her devices together with her autistic daughter's homework iPad and demanded passwords. Then, in front of her children, they frisked her, searched her socks for drugs, and then took her to the local NIC where she was interrogated for several hours. She says she was accused of posting memes that have nothing to do with her. Well, it shouldn't take long to prove that if the cops have her devices, and it's to be hoped Surrey police make it known what they find very soon. However, I'm wondering if the trans woman who made the allegations against Mrs. Farrow has also had her devices looked at to see what, if any, insults she may have posted to people like Caroline who fundamentally disagree with her, as they're perfectly entitled to. Disagreeing with the trans ideology doesn't make you a criminal. Or maybe in Guildford it does? Surrey police has one of the worst clear-up rates in Britain. In the year ending March 2022, the number of crimes solved plummeted by 20%. So while they were interrogating Caroline Farrow for hours, muggers and robbers were running amok. And this is happening in police forces all over Britain that seem to have forgotten their job is to fight actual crime. The pathetic defense by Detective Chief Inspector David Bentley was, when we receive an allegation of a crime, in this case where a grossly offensive message is said to have been communicated, it's our job to assess it. Well, you can assess it maybe without dragging a priest's wife out of the family home in front of her kids, searching her for drugs and then keeping her in a cell for hours. Why couldn't she have been questioned at home? Britain isn't a police state, but it's starting to feel like it is. So what if Caroline had a row with a trans woman on Twitter? Have those cops seen some of the vile stuff trans activists post to people who dare to disagree with them? What about the recent case of trans campaigner Carly Mae Kavanaugh, who screamed at the father carrying his baby that he was a fascist because he was supporting a march for women's rights? She also screamed into his baby's face that he was breeding a little fascist as well. Was she arrested? Was she hell? What about the vile death threats J.K. Rowling has received from trans groups for daring to support women's sex-based rights? Sadly, this disgusting behavior happens every day. It's just a pity the idiot coppers in Guildford, and those in forces all over the land, don't put as much effort into catching suspected rapists and robbers as they do into social media crimes. If it turns out Caroline committed no crime, then Suella Braverman must personally intervene. We cannot have police officers behaving like the Stasi or police chiefs burnishing their inclusive credentials at the expense of ordinary people who they should be protecting but aren't, because they're spending too much time on rubbish like this. If Caroline Farrow didn't do what she's being accused of, there must be a public apology and an intervention from the Home Secretary insisting, not asking, that police butt out of Twitter spats. Or else. I remember a time when our police were among the most respected members of our society, and it breaks my heart that reputation is being lost because top cops are putting inclusivity above protecting people. Divorce rumors abound that one of the world's top models, Gisele Bündchen, and her gorgeous American football star husband, Tom Brady, are to divorce. There are apparently tensions between the couple, who've been married 13 years, because Brady, 45, who looks like a model himself, refused to retire. Well, he did for just 40 days, but said he missed the game so much he came back. Gisele, 42, isn't happy. But why? She hasn't retired from modeling, so why should he retire from a job he loves, is incredibly good at and earns £75 million a year for? Profiteering. Shame on our banks for jacking up mortgage deal rates to 6% when the Bank of England interest rate is just 2.25%. How the hell can they justify this knowing it means people are going to lose their homes? This is profiteering pure and simple, and the government needs to stop it. If he's a celebrity, get us out of here. Sean Walsh, who, I hear you ask, has been signed up for the Celebrity. Has the nondescript Strictly Come Dancing love rat who snogged his pro-partner Katya Jones, a kiss that ended her marriage and his relationship. Jungle bosses say the comic I actually had to look up what he did because he'd forgotten / didn't care / wasn't interested, is likely to go into great detail about the kiss and his relationship with Katya. Sean is an incredible signing, said an overexcited ITV source. No, he isn't. Has a nobody that ITV has dragged out of obscurity. No one cares about him or that kiss, which happened 4 years ago, and, if Jungle bosses think Walsh is an incredible signing, God only knows how awful the other contestants are going to be. Image is all I can see why Coleen Rooney is outraged at Rebecca Verdi's suggestion that she give her £1.6 million legal costs to charity. Having lost the case, Vardy has been ordered to pay Coleen an £800,000 installment of her costs by November. Suggested she'd be happier if the money went to good causes. Coleen is spitting nails not because she actually needs to recoup her legal fees. £1.6 million is literally chicken feed to the Rooneys. I suspect she's furious that Vardy has got one on her. Image is all in Wag World, and Vardy is trying to make it look like the super rich footballer's wife is being petty and mean for not donating the cash to charity. Primark U-turn. Primark has finally reintroduced women-only changing rooms after a recent rumpus in Cambridge when a young woman was upset at twice being disturbed by men whilst trying on clothes. We want our customers to have a positive experience, says Primark, which makes it sound like they're doing women a big favor by allowing them to try on clothes in their underwear without blokes barging in. Good on them for the U-turn though. But I can't help thinking it was less to do with giving women a positive experience and more to do with the fear their profits would plummet in the wake of the backlash. Single woman might think about having a relationship. In an interview for Glamour magazine, tennis star Venus Williams has revealed she's working on letting a potential romantic partner into her life, having been single for 3 years. Dear God, is this what qualifies as a story and for a front cover these days? Single woman might think about having a relationship? Phillips ordeal. Philip Schofield lost his £1 million deal with We Buy Any Car. Come in the wake of Qgate. Now discount shop The Works is flogging his book, Life's What You Make It, for just £1. Shame really, because never has a book's title been quite so on the button. Who's to blame for power cuts this winter? Look no further than sycophantic politicians. Homes may face 3-hour power cuts this winter, says the National Grid. Shame on all those politicians who in previous years were so enthralled to the Green lobby they closed down coal-powered power stations and refused to build nuclear-powered ones. Ed Miliband, are you listening? Before other power supplies were in place. Ditto for those who closed down gas storage supplies and refused to look into the possibility of fracking. So what happens this winter when freezers go off and hard-pressed families have to watch good food go to waste? What happens to the already battered hospitality industry, to all those companies and factories who won't be able to operate, to hospitals that rely on power to keep people alive, not to mention the catastrophic effect on our already feeble economy? Yes, the Russian invasion of Ukraine has highlighted energy supply problems, but they've always been there and no politician had the guts to tackle them for fear of upsetting the Greens.